Hello, everyone. It's Steve with Aptera Owners Club. Aptera was recently featured on another local news broadcast, and I thought that they did a pretty good job. And I haven't seen it like on YouTube or anything like that. It was by Como News. Como News, Como TV Channel 4 is a ABC affiliate in Seattle, and they have a news program. And they interviewed Chris Anthony a few days ago, and there's not any really new information for those of us that have been following Aptera, but the hosts were very excited. I thought they did a good job, and it's more good exposure for Aptera. So here it is if you guys want to watch it. Thanks.
Still ahead, as more people look for options beyond gas-powered cars, a new type of electric vehicle is coming to the market.
We are talking with the co-CEO of Aptera Motors about a new level of EV with solar capabilities.
Well, we talked a lot about electric vehicles and why some people are hesitant to make the switch from gas to electric.
Well, now there's a new generation of electric car with solar capability, and joining us to talk more about the next level electric vehicle is Aptera co-CEO Chris Anthony. Chris, nice to have you with us today.
Good morning.
So when it comes to electric vehicles, people generally have concerns over, things like the lack of charging stations, insufficient battery power, that sort of thing. What makes your solar cars different from other types of EVs?
The great thing about Aptera is we're the most efficient EV platform on the road, but we're also solar powered, so you don't technically have to plug the vehicle in ever. You get about 40 miles of free power from the sun every day. And in the Aptera, you have about 1,000-mile range battery pack. So you just leave it out in the sun, you let it charge, and drive.
Another big concern for drivers is affordability. And, it sounds like a really awesome concept. I love that idea. But when will these cars hit the market, and about how much will they cost?
We're hoping to deliver our first production vehicles by the end of this year, and the base Aptera is only $26,000. So with the average family in the U.S. now spending around $5,000 a year just on gasoline, a vehicle that can produce its own fuel is quite an attractive offering.
I gotta say, Chris, they're pretty cool looking too.
It all starts with aerodynamics. So what most people don't realize is that you can burn over 70% of your fuel at highway speeds just pushing air out of the way from your sedan or your SUV. So we tackle aerodynamics first and then make the Aptera super lightweight. Then we have a really efficient powertrain, and then we collect energy from the sun for about 40 miles of free driving a day. And it all wraps up to be a pretty nice package that people are really excited about. We have 47,000 orders for the Aptera now.
Wow.
And we're trying to ramp up as quickly as we can.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think I know how this works, but sort of explain this to me. So from the local to state to federal levels, there's lawmakers that are pushing for EVs just because they're better for the environment, right? How do solar cars like yours achieve that same goal using that solar power?
Well, technically, we're a motorcycle because we have three wheels.
Okay.
So the great thing is that in a lot of states, if you're a motorcycle, you get into the HOV, high occupancy lanes, without any stickers or anything, just from the fact that you have three wheels. And because we have three wheels, we're more efficient than a lot of other vehicles out there. We burn about a quarter of the energy per mile than the average EV. And when you burn that little energy per mile, you can do really cool things like add solar charging, have really quick DC fast charging. So if you pull up to a Tesla supercharger station in 20 minutes, you can be back on your way. Just a lot of things are possible when you make the vehicle really, really efficient. It's cheaper. It takes less energy per mile. Solar power, fast charging, all is enabled by this thing just being very, very efficient.
Okay, let's expand on that, actually. One of our editors here at ARC Seattle is really interested in Aptera, but wants to know if you can expand on crash tests and different safety protocols put in place here.
Yeah, the Aptera is actually made with a carbon fiber monocoque chassis, just like a Formula One car or Cirrus aircraft. We have great rollover protection. When we last tested our body structure, we actually had the highest roof crush strength of any passenger car on the road. So we'll also do in the coming months frontal crash testing, offset frontal, side impact, those types of testing too, and we'll show, our public and our community those results so they can rest assured that Aptera is putting a very safe vehicle on the road.
Pretty exciting.
It is exciting, and they do look cool, so futuristic.
Yeah, you you kind of have a different type of vehicle to go adventuring too. I don't know if you saw pictures of rear clamshell propped up, but you can actually put a tent on the back of the Aptera and you can go camping, you can charge your laptop, you can run your induction cooktop, you can do all these wonderful things while you're out adventuring, while you're also producing power to come back with. You can drive 200 miles to your favorite camping spot, camp for a week, and actually come home with more power in your Aptera than you left with. So a very different kind of vehicle when you think about adventuring and just how to use solar energy in your everyday life.
It looks like a spaceship.
Kind of does. I think it would get a couple second glances if it's driving down the road, right? You spot it. Pretty cool.
For
Chris,
sure.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.